breaking right now, James O'Brien in meltdown over Nigel Farage's big win. And if there's anything to come out of last week's results that gives me joy, it's this. The Labour Broadcasting Company has taken on the mantle of official media opposition to Reform UK, but it's their mid-morning presenter who seems to be in the midst of a monumental meltdown. Watch.
How has he managed to avoid responsibility for all of the stuff that he's ushered in? I mean, he repeatedly demonstrates himself. He repeatedly shows himself to be either not very bright in terms of the Liz Truss moment, not very patriotic in terms of the Vladimir Putin moment, and not very right in terms of Brexit. How can somebody whose track record is so obviously hideous enjoy any support, but crucially with Farage, not bear any responsibility for the things that he's actually done?
Dapper laughs, brilliant cancelled comedian who is doing the best work of his career, sums up James O'Brien so perfectly here.
Good morning. I'm taking calls from you knuckle-dragging, chip-shop-loving peasants. Yes, you reform voting pie-gobbling idiots who've been duped by none other than, and I've got to be careful when I say his name because I get a twinge in my tweed trousers that I can't tell is a semi or a bit of piss coming out, but by Nigel Farage, that pint-guzzling fag, chomping ruddy-cheeked swindler. I'm James O'Brien, LBC's beacon of brilliance, and I'm utterly flummoxed that you council estate oiks with your one-toilet slums a cheering reforms win. I mean, I'd hardly call it a win. A by-election in Labour's safest seat, 2 mayors, 10 councillors and over 600 councils. But how dare you? How dare you working class scum?
Isn't it funny looking at James O'Brien, how about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, he was on the button and there were huge amounts of people who thought he was genius and funny and ever so witty for putting down the right and saying he knows best on politics. And yet time has proven him wrong. And how archaic and out of date he looks now, how like yesterday's man he seems. The world has changed irrevocably in the last few months, in the last couple of years, and people like James O'Brien are very much the has-beens. They're going to wake up one day and suddenly realise actually they better change tack or they're going to end up in the dustbin of history. He's always been sneering and snide. He deliberately mispronounces Farage as Farage.